Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 14th episode of Live from the Adelphi PAC Living Room. My name is Blythe Thalong. I am the Executive Director of the Adelphi University Performing Arts Center. Thank you all so much for watching the show. We have a great one lined up for you. There's a ton of music, and so while we aren't able to have audiences in person, we are continuing to bring Adelphi's talented students, faculty, staff, alumni, and other guests to you each week. So as I said, we have a very full show tonight, so let's get right to it with our first guest. Please welcome an alum from the Department of Theater, class of 2012, Michael Topperzer. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Nice to see you. I am all right. There is, it's good to see you again as well. There's a bit of a delay on our audio. I think it will sort itself out in a second, so if it takes me a minute, but before I reply to you, don't worry, but it should fix itself. So now where are you coming to us from on the show?
Right now, I'm in my apartment in Brooklyn, New York.
Excellent. Welcome. Good. I am just moments away from campus over in Mineola, so things are good out here on Long Island. Right? So it's good. It works. Now, how is your summer going?
Pretty good so far. I actually recently returned to the city to start work. I've been working for an outdoor movie company. We've started setting up drive-in movies. So things are picking up, and it's nice to be out and working again with like safe social distancing and all that. But it's good to be doing something.
Sure, absolutely. It's right, and it's good to see people being creative and figuring out ways to still have some sort of gathering, but outside and as safe as can be. So that's great. That's great work, and I'm glad you're staying busy. That's always good to hear right now. Right now, we're going to hear a bunch of music from you tonight. So now this first set of songs, these are all songs that you have written. Yes. Now, is there anything we need to know about these before we go into them? Yeah.
Not much. A lot of the arrangements, I'll just say that I wrote for 3 stringed instruments and 3 voices originally, and these are more pared down just for me playing guitar. So it's not quite as full as it could be, but I really hope you enjoy it.
Great. Well, they are fantastic, even though it's just you and your guitar. And we're looking forward to sharing them. So please enjoy some of Michael's music. All right. Hold on. Lily. Lillian, who lives in the little hours of the morning, Lillian, won't you linger a little while longer? Footsteps faintly fall as she lightly looks my way. A soft goodbye is all she'll say. Oh, Lillian, say you'll stay. Lillian, who lives in the little hours of the morning. Won't you linger a little while longer?
Stuck and struck and stuck, I stare, daring words that dream to dare. Hold me close, I'm feeling hazy. Say I love me loose and lazy. In the little hours of the morning, won't you linger a little while longer? This song I wrote like 2 years ago. It's called Ticket. So, oh, just here. Well, I can't figure out where I went wrong, and I don't know what to do. My sugary issue won't call me, can't you see it's painfully tearing me apart? But oh, time keeps ticking away, and I've got no time to waste today. So hand me that bottle of whiskey, my friend. I just don't know where to begin telling you my story. It seems to me it'd be a waste, and I don't know if you can relate. So let's keep going, because oh, time keeps ticking away, and I've got no time to waste today, and I just need some peace of mind. But that, my friend, is hard to find. What I need from you is a helping hand. You don't even have to understand, because oh, time keeps ticking away, and I've got no time to waste today. This next song is it's gone through a lot of different changes, but it's had a lot of different names in the past, but this one's called River. Every morning when I wake up, I still hope to see your face, smiling back at mine. But cold reality hits me when I find that my arms are empty. I shake and laugh to myself, hoping it'll be better this time. So I sit in my old boat, floating down that lonesome stream, and I'm a fishing for no. It's a song I'm looking to find. Life's a journey down
I get up and I go out just to start my busy day, to ease my worried mind. But every step I take, my blues weigh down on my shoes. I can't seem to recall why I got out of bed today. So I sit in my old boat, floating down that lonesome stream, and I'm a fishing for no. It's a song I'm looking to find. Life's a journey down the river, just as nice and innocent seems. Though that cold might make me shiver, it still feels like just a dream. So I try and I try to push through these awful thoughts, ease my worried mind. Still these days it gets so hard with you running around my brain. I float along, sing a song to help ease the pain. So I la da 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 da, la da dee 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 da, la da dee 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 da, la da dee 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 da. Life's a journey down the river, just a nice and innocent seems. Though that cold might make me shiver, it still feels like just a dream. Life's a journey down the river, it still feels like just a dream.
Thank you, Michael. Great. Anything more that now that we've seen them that you want to say about any of that music?
I was having a little bit of sound issues, so I don't know what that was about. But yeah, this is it's a couple of years of work for me. I mean, I think the oldest song out of those is River. As I said, it's gone through a lot of different iterations. It used to be like this slow lamenting ballad, and then I started to play around with the idea of having really like sort of sad subject matter, but then playing it really upbeat and playing it like really like lightheartedly. Just sort of like play around with the idea of like what brings us down, what lifts us back up, you know?
Sure. I like that. That's always interesting to hear a little bit of the process of how a song comes together and how it can change over time and look differently. I would take this moment to encourage folks to go to YouTube and search for your name. There are some other pieces of music that you've done over the years on there. So there's some other great tunes for Michael there on YouTube if you just do a search for him. And we're going to have you back in just a little bit, in a few minutes, for some more music from you, some other things that you didn't write, but we're looking forward to sharing those. So
Yep.
Thank you again for joining us, and we will see you in just a little bit. So now our next guest is coming to us basically from the other side of the earth. So we pre-recorded our interview earlier this weekend. So please enjoy my conversation and some music from a 2005 graduate of the Department of Music, Danielle Vida. Okay, so welcome, Danielle. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, where are you coming to us from in the world?
So I'm coming to you today from Sydney, Australia. And I've been here for about 2 years, just a little bit over 2 years, actually.
Oh, fantastic. Now, how did you wind up in Sydney, Australia, from your time here at Adelphi?
Right. So actually,
In
this
a
is
while, but
so this is actually my second time teaching overseas. So basically, I met my husband, and he's a journalist, and so he does a bit of traveling as well, which kind of sparked the travel teaching. But so we met in New York, and then I went to Hong Kong and taught music at an international primary school there, and then I went back home for a while, and then he actually got a transfer back out here, and this is his home. He's Australian, and doing music out here now.
that's fantastic. And now, for what ages are you teaching music?
So at the moment, I'm teaching kindergarten through year 6, and it's like a general music program. Basically, I do choir and some musical theater here as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's really great, and an excellent use of your time at Adelphi. So I love that you're doing that in an international fashion. Now, we have a few songs from you tonight that we're going to play together. So why don't you tell us about the first 3 things that we're going to hear from you this evening?
Sure. So the first one is a bluegrass tune. So it's an instrumental tune called Salt Spring, and it's a more modern take on bluegrass instrumental tunes. It's written by an amazing musician, John Reichman, and I'll be playing that with a really well-respected bluegrass guitarist that's actually in Australia. Bluegrass is well and alive here in Australia, which is pretty exciting. And his name is Jimmy Rush, and so he'll be my first guest for that one. And then after that, you're going to hear one of my original songs called The House is Falling Down, and I'll be playing that with Tanya Bradley. And her and I actually met in Hong Kong and have been writing music this whole time together. And it just so happened that I've moved to Australia, and we've been able to reconnect and have a real serious band, and things have gotten really exciting for us. And so we've just released an EP in March, and The House is Falling Down is the single from that. And it's actually playing on some radio stations in America, which is exciting.
That's awesome.
It's easy to get to hear that one. And then I'll finish that set with a old time fiddle tune. So that's more of an older style tune. And they're usually in an AABB format. So you'll notice that you keep hearing certain sections again. And that is supposed to be the case. It's called Cousin Sally Brown, and I'm playing that with another really well-respected musician in Sydney here. His name is Richard Galusi, and he's an amazing clawhammer banjo player.
That is really fantastic. I love the variety of folks that you're working with from all over the place. Now, you and your bandmate, were you touring? Were you able to do any of that before everybody shut down?
No, and I mean, it kind of works out because as it happened, my bandmate actually just gave birth to her daughter a few months ago. So it wouldn't have been the best time to do the touring anyway. So it's for us, it's kind of worked out for the best, because we were never going to be able to really tour this year and promote the album.
Right.
So it's all kind of happened that way. But so we're planning an Australia tour for 2021. And then we do have hopes to do something in the US eventually.
Oh, that's great. So you guys were actually already working virtually anyway.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And the interesting thing is she's actually in Melbourne and I'm in Sydney. So we actually still have somewhat of a virtual collaboration that we have to have. I mean, we get to see each other a lot more often, although right now our borders are closed, so we can't. But we're used to working with each other in that capacity. So it still works really well.
That's really fantastic. Well, I will say it is. I think this is our first bluegrass that we've had on the show, which I'm excited about. I love it. I love even more that the bluegrass that we're having on the show is coming to us from Australia, which makes perfect sense. I feel right. So, so once again, I thank you for sharing these with us. So this is Salt Spring, The House is Falling Down, and Cousin Sally Brown.
The house is falling down on us. The gears have turned to rust. Days of rainfall on our floors. The garden wilted in rose. I'm sorry for your mismatched clothes. Your hair done without rims or bows. Can you hear the screams at night? In your bed you wave the fight. Tears again on Mama's face. Wrap you in a safe embrace. I'll love and keep you safe and sound. Just when our house is falling down. Branches falling from my tree on the grass for all to see. We sweep the floors and wipe them clean. The ticks are aching so you see. you hear the shattering sound? From in your bed, your tears fell down. Shards of glass still on the floor. Splattered wine dripped down the door. Tears again on Mama's face. Wrap you in a safe embrace. I'll love and keep you safe and sound. Just when our house is falling down. Tears again on Mama's face. Wrap you in a safe embrace. I'll love and keep you safe and sound. Just when our house is falling down.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Danielle. That was fantastic and wonderful and so great to hear. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, tell us a little bit more about your band. What's the name of your band? Where can we go to find more of your music, including obviously the one thing we heard tonight, but much more from you.
All right, thank you. So the name of the band is actually called Cornut Creek. It's a very fun and Appalachian-inspired name. And we actually just released our EP in this past March, and you can listen to it on, so again, the name of the band is Cornut Creek, and the name of the EP is Feels Like Traveling Home, and we're on Spotify and Apple Music and all the usual suspects for
all the
streaming.
various music places. That's great. Yes. As well as your website. And does your website link to some other music you maybe have posted on YouTube and things like that?
Not at the moment, no. So but you can just look me up on YouTube to hear some other stuff, I guess, if you want to hear some of the other projects that I'm involved in.
Great. So yeah, so folks can just search for Danielle Vita on YouTube and find more of the other music you're doing outside of what you're doing with your bandmate And that's fantastic. So great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. We're going to see you one more time at the end with one more piece of music. And thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's good to see you. Thank you again, Danielle. Wow. Thank you again, Danielle, for joining us and for taking the time to be a part of the show. I really appreciate it. And we are thrilled to be able to share your music from Australia here on our show. I will also take this moment to remind everyone that if you are interested in being a guest on the show, we are always looking for performers. Please email us at the email address on the screen, simply pac@adelphi.edu. If you are a student, a faculty, a staff, an alum of the university, we really want to welcome you back and be able to showcase and bring your music to more people, as we have been doing every week since April and will continue to do for the foreseeable future. So please take a moment to email us and join us on a future show. Now, let's keep the music going and welcome back Michael. Welcome back, Michael.
Hey!
I enjoyed that you were. She's really great, right?
She was amazing.
Yeah, I loved watching you in the bottom corner of my screen clap at the end of each one of her songs at home by yourself. That was awesome to see.
I couldn't help myself. I mean, like, that album title is so apt. Feels like traveling home. It really does. Her music does. I'm so charmed by it.
Yeah, she's really fantastic and delightful, and I think is potentially watching right now off to the side while she is doing some remote teaching, because it's 9:30 or 10 in the morning for her. So she's on with her students.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's 10 in the morning on Tuesday. So there's a lot going on. It's been really fun trying to coordinate schedules to do the taping, because it was like, wait, are you talking about New York time and day or Sydney? And it was great. So also why we went ahead and just pre-recorded that just to be safe. But anyway, so now back to you. We're going to see some more music from you. Now, these, unlike the first set of songs we saw, these two songs are not your songs, but we are going to see you perform them. Anything you want to say about these before we see them?
Sure. So the first song, I think I mentioned this in the beginning, but it's by one of my former bandmates. His name is Harrison Green. He's a puppeteer and a musician. He lives here in Brooklyn. We still play together sometimes, but this is his song, and I feel like I should give him the full credit for writing the lyrics and writing the music. But he gave me permission to play it for you. And the second song is an old Scottish folk song. So I hope you enjoy that too.
Excellent. Well, I am looking forward to sharing these with you. So everyone, please enjoy some more music from Michael.
The song is called Sunny Eyes. It was written by my friend Harrison Green. I helped him out with some of the music for it. So I hope you enjoy. Looking up at the sky, with no one standing by the way, it could be better if you try. No sunny eyes, they said don't lose your head. Above the clouds, keep your feet on the ground. Cigarettes yourself alone. Got to get back. Got to get back. Oh, only fools. They think their wise, sunny eyes take a stand. Failure and courage makes the man. Oh, sunny eyes, you may have to do things that make you wanna die inside. It's alright, you're staying alive. You could be better if you tried. But you know exactly where to hide. Look up, open your sunny eyes. Got to get back. Got to get back. Oh, don't be surprised. Life don't get easier. Find the sweet world and keep it satisfied. Oh, keep it satisfied, but don't be afraid to say goodbye.
So this song has been recorded by many artists. It's a very old folk song, Scottish folk song. It was originally called The Bonnie Lass of Fivey, or The Bonnie Lass of Fiveo. Later, by other people, that name got changed to Fenario, which is like, it's referenced in a lot of different folk songs. It's like sort of a utopian place where some good things happen, some bad things happen, but it's in a lot of American folk music. And this song was later recorded by Peter, Paul and Mary, Bob Dylan, and the Grateful Dead under the name Peggy-O. And I have piled together some lyrics from different places and made this version of this folk song, so I hope you enjoy it.
as we march down Infernario, as we march down into Fivio. Our captain fell in love with a lady like a dove. He called her by name, pretty Peggy-O. Would you marry me, pretty Peggy-O? Would you marry me, pretty Peggy-O? If you would marry me, I would set your cities free. Free all the ladies in the area. I would marry you, sweet Willie-O. I would marry you, sweet William-O. Yes, I would marry you, but your money is too few. I fear my mama would be angry-O. What would your mama think, pretty Peggy-O? What would your mama think, pretty Peggy-O? What would your mama think if she heard my money click? Saw me marching at the head of my soldiers, oh, come stepping down the stairs, pretty Peggy-O. Come stepping down the stairs, pretty Peggy-O. Come stepping down the stairs, combing back your yellow hair. Little last farewell to your William-O. Sweet William, he is dead, pretty Peggy-O. Sweet William, he is dead, pretty Peggy-O. Sweet William, he is dead, and he died for a maid. He died for the bonny lass of Fivio, as we marched out Infernario, as we marched down into Fivio. Our captain fell in love with a lady like a dove. He called her by name, pretty Peggy-O.
Fantastic again.
Thank you.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you can search for more of Michael's music on YouTube. As I also mentioned earlier, he's actually an alum of our Department of Theater. So you can find out more about Michael as a performer overall on his website, which is on the screen. And I encourage everyone to check that out. It's got more of your theater work on it. It's also got some of your music on there. So it's a mix of things and tells you a little more about Michael. Anything else you want to throw in about the music that we heard?
No, just thank you for listening. I guess if you're interested in looking at some of the bigger arrangements, my band was called the Band of the Red Hand, like Red Hand. There's like one or two videos on YouTube of one or two of the songs that we did. But if you want to check that out, that's up there. If not, just enjoy what you saw tonight.
Great. That's awesome. Thank you again so much for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time to record those for us, to join us tonight to talk about your music. And I'm thrilled we got to share it with everybody. So thank you again, Michael.
It was an honor to be here. Thank you.
Good to see you. And with that, we have one more performance from Danielle yet to come. There are, as always, lots of other events happening online all around the university this summer. In particular, our weekly series of micro classes that takes place live on Thursday afternoons called Experience Adelphi. These are some little short classes taught by professors from all around the university. These do happen on Zoom. I think at 1 o'clock on Thursday afternoons. So if you check out the website on your screen, you'll find out more about those. You do need to pre-register, but everything there is free. We have lots of things going on, lots of other talks and things happening all throughout the summer. More things are being added to this calendar constantly. So I encourage you to take the time to check that out and see some of the other things happening around the university. And of course, I look forward to seeing you back here next week for our next show. We have some great guests lined up already for the next few weeks to come. So there are a lot of fun things yet to happen. But to close out our show tonight, we are going to go back once more to Australia, to our friend and alum, Danielle, with her band Corn Nut Creek. And with that, please stay safe, everyone. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Enjoy a little bit more from Danielle.
So this last one is called Baby Blue. It's another one of my originals with the band Corn Nut Creek with Tanya Bradley on banjo. And the concept for this one is like a raw snapshot of motherhood. And her and I are both relatively new mothers with young children. And so a lot of our album kind of speaks to this point in life that we're in. And so this song particularly, and I wrote it for my son, it's called Baby Blue, and I hope you enjoy it.
I love the day you came to me. Sun shone brightly through the trees. Sparrow song, so true. Spend it in the ocean blue. All the days we had were true. Never alone when I needed you. Hiding place for me to find. With me in my darkest time. I am complete, my baby blue. Take my hand and I'll float with you. Growing with our hands at time, tiny bones and rotten land, weathered through the flowing flood, quiet stranger of my blood, my lips shaking like feels alive, petals of a fragile flower, trembling till I felt your hand. Come